actually, no, they didn't. So,
look at that! So many twists. Halloween.
yeah.
It's a thriller.
Happy Halloween, everybody. This is SportsShack. My name is Brandon Sally, along with Denis Christopher Tui, one of my buddies. So I just pulled some magic tricks, and I got him pretty good. I got you good.
Well, you did. You certainly did. The audience does no clue what we're talking about. But
No, they don't.
Brandon's pulling prestige here. I mean, restarting, restop. I mean, it's unbelievable.
That's magic, man. But yeah, either way, a lot going on in the world of sports. Obviously, World Series is tonight. We're going to dive into that. Rest in peace to Nick Mangold, former great Jet center. After Kevin Hawaii left the Jets, Nick Mangold came in and held the position down for a great 11 seasons. Was a great man on and off the field. Rest in peace, Nick Mangold. A lot going on in the football world. The Dolphins just fired their GM after getting embarrassed on Thursday Night Football when Lamar Jackson came back. Your fantasy quarterback, I think he's back. Your fantasy quarterback, I think he's back. Like I did that. A lot of other things going on. I'm sure definitely hockey too. Cal Ritchie of the Islanders was set to make his debut in Carolina last night, but his flight got canceled. I guess because due to the monsoon that we were having in New York, I guess all flights got canceled. I can't imagine what it was like at JFK or LaGuardia. But yeah, it was definitely insane. All friends last night in New York, because we live in New York. I'm not going to say where. But a lot of people had trouble getting home yesterday. It was a lot of floods. The airports were a mess. LIRR was crazy. It was insane. But so that's non-sports. But what were we gonna? It looked like you had something on the tip of your tongue. What was it?
Aside from the French fries and hamburger I'm eating, I did have something on the tip of my tongue. Today's Halloween. A strong pivot. What's your favorite Halloween movie?
That's a question. I'd probably say Ghostbusters.
You seem like a Ghostbusters guy. Yeah, you seem like a Ghostbusters guy, 100%.
Beetlejuice is good too. What else is there? I can't really think of this. I could give you my favorite Christmas movies like right off the bat, but I can't. Halloween. I guess Halloween.
Okay.
I'd say I like Ghostbusters. I love it as a kid. It was great movies. Second one's all right, but first one always beat my heart.
Scream. Scream is always my favorite. Love that movie.
I never watched Scream movies. There's a lot of them.
First one's so good. Sinister is a good recent one. A lot of the Alfred Hitchcocks I like. Rear Window, the thrillers. Oh, Rear Window, Psycho. Oh, you can't beat that. Then of course the classic, Bela Lugosi, Lon Chaney joints. Werewolf in London, and Dracula. I haven't seen Nosferatu in a while though.
The 1920 or
the original one. I never saw the new one at all, but the original one I saw when I was like 6.
Like the silent film for it, really?
That's my grandma had it.
Really?
My grandma's like a huge movie buff, like huge, and she had it.
Wow.
And we were watching it and it scared me. Little Daddy was
scared. I guess it was scary as a kid.
Yeah.
I guess it really was like I don't know. Like it does look. I guess because the vibe and like the way they make it, like the sound effects and all that.
And I know this is embarrassing. I don't think I've ever seen A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Me neither.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Maybe when I was a kid, like I've seen clips, but I never like now I can't. I don't remember much of the plot.
Mm-hmm. I remember okay, but that's only because of Kingdom Hearts.
This is Halloween. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't have my voice high pitched right now. But yeah, so I'd say that's my favorite Christmas movie. What's your favorite Halloween treat? Like you going Halloween, what are you getting?
Reese's peanut butter cups, baby. Oh yeah. Love me some Reese's peanut butter cups. But you want to hear something? As I got older, I started to really appreciate an Almond Joy. I love Almond Joys. I love Almond Joys. Skittles. Ooh, can't beat Skittles, bro. Skittles are great. Mike and Ike's. Oh yeah. Love those.
Oh yeah. Mike and Ike's. Those are good.
What's
Definitely
yours?
Hershey's. Probably Hershey's or Reese's. Definitely for sure.
More simple than I am.
Kit Kats.
Kit Kats are great.
Kit Kats. I love
They
Kit
used to have
Kats.
the mint Kit Kat.
That's Smarties.
They used to have the mint
Was that
Kit
again?
Kats at my job. This was years ago. Oh, baby, I used to eat a bunch of those.
As you should.
Maybe I ate a little too much.
I never really cared much to dress up over the years. I've maybe like from a period of maybe 2015 to no, maybe 2016 to maybe 2019. I didn't, or actually no, 2018. Yeah, I didn't really do anything. I didn't really dress up. So it was 2019. I remember I was Spider-Man. I had the spider. I remember I had the spider. I wanted to dress up as Spider-Man, but I think I ordered the wrong thing. I got the long sleeve Spider-Man, which when I saw No Way Home, that's that I wore it to see it. That's how much of a Spider-Man fan I am. That's I wore the shirt to the movie theaters. Spider Buddy, and then I was gonna say, 2020 I was Marshmallow. What was I in 21? Did I do anything in 20? I didn't do anything in 21. 21, actually, no. I actually I went out for a little bit. I was a Yankee player. I pretended to be a Yankee player. Yep, I know, scary, right? Very scary.
Spooky. Ah. Yeah.
22. What did I do in 22? 22, I think I was like a cowboy. And this is stuff that I'm trying to these are stuff that they're spontaneous. 23. What did I do in 23? Oh, 23. I was something from Breaking Bad. I was like an El Camino. I was forgot the restaurant name.
Pollo Locos? Los Pollos Hermanos?
Pollos Hermanos. I was a Pollos Hermanos worker.
That's funny.
It was, right? It was good. Last year I was Top Gun. Now this year you saw it the other night. I'm Rocky. And I want to post Rocky 4. Rocky. People say it to me like which Rocky? I'm like from Rocky 4.
Best one.
So if I see Drago out tonight, we're throwing down right in the middle.
Yeah, I think I can remember every Halloween costume I had since I was like a preschooler. Mr. Potato Head. Adorable. Oh, I was so adorable as Mr. Potato Head. And I don't know why I was dressed as Mr. Potato Head. It might have been because it was around Halloween time. I don't know, but we went to a Ducks game around Halloween time. And I was Mr. Potato Head there. Anyway, Darth Vader.
I can see his Darth Vader.
Yeah,
that must have been really
first grade Ninja Turtle, or that might have been preschool. That was Leonardo one year. Then I was a clone trooper. I was Robin, then Batman.
I'm trying to picture. Picture you as he's like.
Yeah, 6th grade. I think I was a clone trooper twice. Okay. And then 1 grade, I was like a 1950s guy. Denim jacket, white shirt, slick back hair. Actually, pretty good. That was the last time I dressed up. That was Polish Santa one year.
You what?
It was Polish Santa for 1 year. It just kind of happened.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to my friend's house for a Halloween party, and I was like, I need something. You got to dress up as something. So my friend's like, here, Dennis, wear this. Wear a Santa hat. I was like, okay, let's wear my Polish sweatshirt. There you go. And then that was senior year of high school. That was the last time I dressed up until this last week.
Yeah,
that's not true. Really? Technically, I was a construction worker 1 year. I wore my little drive-up vest from the retail store I work at, and I said I was a construction worker 2 years ago. And then this year as a detective.
I think 1 year, 2019, actually, I was supposed to be something. I think I was supposed to be something construction, and then I think really? I gave it to Sean Flanagan because Sean Flanagan was with me all the time. Now he's away in Georgia. was it say? But I remember trying to think. I remember I was supposed to be something construction, and then I guess I switched, and I gave it to him, but I made sure make sure you give it back. You know when you give something and you expect to get it back, but then you wait like 10 years. It almost was that, but no, he I think he dropped it off. You know, I could see um I could see as the clone trooper the Darth Vader. The potato head must have been adorable too. See that. I was gonna say one year I think I was the Hulk. You know. Oh yeah, see, yeah,
I did.
did you hear that?
I could see it being as a little Hulk. The little Hulk hands. Yeah.
Yeah. Hulk, Hulk smash.
Did I ever tell you that story
One year,
about me with the Hulk
what?
hands? That's right after recording. But yeah.
Okay, all right. But no, Halloween is just next year. I really want to do Daft Punk so bad. I don't know, like as I got older, I like the idea of just dressing up and just fun. I don't know. I really wanted to do Daft Punk so bad, man. You have no idea. I love Daft Punk. I want I I never forget last year, Thanksgiving Eve, we were going out, and I remember we were in the car. I think one of the Daft Punk songs played, and you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry about this music." I'm like I don't know if this is your style. I'm like, my style. I love this music, Dennis. I'm like, it's like I love this music.
One more time. One more time.
No,
one of my all-time favorite songs.
It's my favorite song.
I can see that. It's probably like a top 15. One of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah, I can go into detail with that another time, but I really wanted, but I'm pissed because Cooch is being Daft Punk. Like he's being not the guy with the long visor. He's like the guy with the visor that goes around. Thomas Banglater.
Okay.
Who, funny enough, was actually he appeared on a DJ set in Paris the other day. I don't know if you saw that. So I'll send it to you. It was pretty cool because I actually listened to the whole set on SoundCloud. Really good set. But one year I really just want next year I definitely want to do Daft Punk. I'll buy whatever I gotta buy. He actually 3D printed his helmet, so maybe I'll have him do that for me. I gotta tell him, but I like I don't know, just cool to dress up.
I don't know if you ever.
If you were a sub, if you were subbing today, would you have dressed up?
No. No, because I don't know my coworkers well enough to dress up. Although I could have worn the little detective badge. Instead I'm a detective. Because I'm a suit and tie every time I work.
Right.
Just about every time. If it's bad weather out, I won't wear a suit and tie. That's my rule. Trying to drink away. I know it's weird. I'm trying to drink away from the microphone.
It's okay.
Don't hear it.
I just had my coffee.
Quick thing about the Daft Punk helmet. I don't know if he ever finished it, but a kid we graduated high school with, good friend of mine back in the day, kind of lost touch with him. But he tried to make his own. For years, he was researching how to make his own, and what parts he would need, the cost of everything. Don't know if he ever achieved it after we graduated. But yeah. So, yeah. Why not? He's probably not going to see this. Justin Krugel.
Really? Okay.
He's a graphic designer now. I ran into him at the store a couple of years ago. I see him walking around the town every now and then, just going for walks. But I always realize it's him after I just blaze right past him, and I'm like, I'm not going to reverse.
He used to come to Quick Check sometimes. Him and his family, nice people.
Yeah,
nice people.
Anyway, sports.
Yeah. Enough for happy Halloween, everybody. Hope you.
Yeah, happy Halloween. Enjoy your almond joys.
Safe for Halloween, obviously, as it's people were worried that it's going to be a little bit bad weather today because not just the wind. I think people think it's going to rain, especially after what happened yesterday. Luckily, that happened yesterday instead of today. That would have sucked. Oh, that would have been not good Halloween. And I said it before we get on sports. I said it to my coworker, one of my teachers, great teacher. She probably not going to see this, but she knows who she is. Definitely, because obviously she lets whenever I do her room, I always rant to her about life. Great person. And obviously let her go about her business because she's trying to get out late. But anyways, I was saying to her these past, I don't remember Halloween where it was shit weather.
I remember a huge one.
When?
After Hurricane Sandy. The weather itself was nice, but in the town, everything was destroyed.
Right. Okay.
So people didn't really
Right.
trick or treat that year. That was the last year. That was the year like I didn't do it as a kid. That was like my last year.
I trick or treat. Yeah. I
Then afterwards,
a
when
little
you're a
bit.
teenager, you just walk around and you see whoever left the bowl out and you just take the whole thing.
I guess I kind of forgot about that. Yeah. I guess you can count that, but I feel like your Halloween is just it's been nice weather. The last year I really went Halloween trick or treating. I was with Marco Antonacci, Leah Mann. I think Kevin Cruz was with us, and I forgot who else was with us. But yeah, but sports. Actually, Dennis, would you want to give the rundown quick on the World Series real quick? I just gotta.
For the first time since 2000, a team is looking to become repeat World Series champions. It's the Dodgers, the reigning World Series champions, look to defend their title against the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto has not gone to or won a World Series since 1993, the old Whamco days. And they are back ready to take on the Dodgers. Hosting Game 1, the Blue Jays win. Much to the shock of basically everybody in the sports world who expected a very easy Dodgers win heading into it for the most part. I didn't see anybody nationally taking them. And then Game 2 happens. Dodgers. Game 1 was incredible, by the way. This was last Friday night when me and Buddy were actually at a house party. And
we watched
Dodgers were up 2-0. The bottom half of the fourth inning, the Blue Jays surge back, take 2, knotting the game up at 2 runs apiece. And then in the bottom half of the sixth, the Blue Jays flied even higher. 9 runs in the sixth inning. And with the Blue Jays, it's death by 1,000 cuts. The whole lineup, top to bottom, are guys that are going to give you competitive at-bats, move the ball over, move the runners over, and just the kind of team, it's cliche, but the kind of team, you would love it if they were your guys, but you'd hate it going against them. And the Dodgers learned that the hard way in Game 1. Game 2, the Dodgers came back. Never underestimate the heart of a champion.
Yeah.
With the boys in blue winning 5-1, tying the series up. And Yoshinobu Yamamoto, a complete game, not a shutout, but a complete game. 9 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, 1 earned run, and 8 strikeouts. And then the game that everybody's going to be talking about from here till the end of time, the doubleheader in the World Series, 18 innings, 1 winner. The Dodgers win 6-5. Unbelievable that from the 7th inning until the 18th, there was not a single run scored. 11 innings it took for a winner to be declared, but the Dodgers did it. And of course, this game is also going to be known as the game that Ohtani proved, in my opinion, that he's the greatest player of all time.
Oh, for sure.
Reaching base 9 times as a hitter. And, man, what a kitchen sink game. We got to see Max Scherzer and Clayton Kershaw in the same game.
Wow.
In the World Series pitching against each other. Kind of the twilight of the first ballot Hall of Famers there. Both of them, this is probably their last year.
Even Max?
Probably. I mean, this was not an easy road for him to get here to this point. He actually didn't even play in the first round of the playoffs. But Kershaw, for years, people have said he was a playoff choker and everything like that. But, he was able to do his thing, came in, 0.1 inning pitched. After starting the game off with a couple of balls, if I'm not mistaken. So I was happy to see him get his. But, of course, 6-5. And ultimately, the winning hit was by Freddie Freeman, which got the game ended. It ended on a Freddie Freeman homer to center field, 406 feet, walk it off. But of course, everybody's going to be talking about Ohtani reaching base 9 times. Absolute madness. And then down 2-1, the Blue Jays surge back, winning 6-2 at Dodger Stadium, making sure that this game, one way or another, by hook or by crook, this series will be decided in Toronto. Blue Jays then won Game 5 and take a 3-2 series lead into Toronto, going home, and solidifying that this will be the first season in the history of Major League Baseball that started and ended outside of the United States.
The first
game of the year, first ever, first game of the regular season, Padres, Dodgers, and Japan.
Right.
No matter what happens, this World Series is ending in Canada. Kind of interesting. So there we have it, 3-2 lead, and another shutout by Yoshinobu Yamamoto, 9-inning pitched by Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Really great series. This is a great series. And it sucks because tonight's going to be the first night I can really sit down and watch the whole thing. Because, grad school, I go to school at nighttime.
Right.
Last weekend we were out. So.
Yeah, you know what? It's been a great World Series. I didn't really expect it. I feel like a lot of people it's a lot of people doubted the Blue Jays. I get it because it's the Los Angeles Dodgers. They got Ohtani, they got Freeman, they got Yoshi, they got just Mookie, they got Mookie Betts, they got Teoscar Hernandez, they got Will Smith. We get it. They got a powerhouse of players. What irked me is when Dave Roberts said after they swept the Brewers, like, let's ruin baseball in the next after these 4 games. Like, really? When I heard that was kind of like a, how do I say it, Dennis? Like,
I don't know.
Like karma bite, like a karma. You know what I'm trying to say?
Arrogance,
hubris. Yeah. Oh, like these immaculate words.
Yeah. How about that? Scrabble guy over here, huh? Denis Scrabble.
So, when I just heard that, I would say it's the kiss of death, but it definitely was a hubris. Right? That's right? Hubris type way to kind of screw yourself in the end. Because when it's all said and done, if you lose at the end of the day, you're the one that looks like the donkey. Because like I said, they won the World Series last year, but guys still got to humble yourselves. Because the Blue Jays, they're a scrappy, good team. Look, Vlad Guerrero, he just got paid last offseason. Definitely showing that he's worth every penny of that contract. Bo Bichette has been playing lights out. He's a free agent at the end of the year. He's been playing really good. The rookie that pitched in Game 5, I didn't know that he started off in single A beginning of the year. And the fact that he is able to have 12 strikeouts, a World Series record, is pretty immaculate and just definitely a great story. And, especially in a Game 5, to take the lead type in World Series. You know what I'm trying to say? So, what are you going to say?
And it was Don Newcomb's record who he broke, right? For strikeouts by a rookie?
I'm not too sure. I gotta look that up.
Pretty sure it's Don Newcomb. I know Don Newcomb is a Dodger legend, but pretty sure it's Don Newcomb's record.
I had the record. Series record for strikeouts for rookies. Let's see.
Yeah, Don Newcomb did it in 1949 for the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Don Newcomb.
Yeah,
and you got it. And Trey Yashevich. Yep, that's the new record holder with 12. Just good for him. So, like I said, I just didn't like how a lot of people doubted. Game 3 was definitely one of the best of all time. And did you know that every time Brad Paisley does national anthem, that the game goes into? You saw that, right? That's that. It happened.
18
was it the same Game 3? Right.
I don't remember if it was Game 3. I'm pretty sure it was between Boston and the Dodgers.
That's funny if that was the exact game. And then he did it again, and obviously, but I think another comparison for this is that, so obviously, like you said, everything was similar. Dodgers won and went 18 innings, walk-off home run. Another thing that could be similar is that the Dodgers, they lost the World Series in 18. So if Brad Paisley comes out again, they lose this World Series.
There is a large contingent of fans that thought Nathan Eovaldi should have gotten World Series MVP for losing that game because he ate so many innings for the Red Sox bullpen, and that by the time the Dodgers, the next game happened, the Red Sox pitching staff was more well rested. And then they go on to win the series. Steven Pierce gets World Series MVP. But it's like one of those interesting things you don't really think about it in the moment, that the Blue Jays didn't have a guy that they can do that with. And they've been using their bullpen a lot this series. Meanwhile, not just this series, this entire postseason, really, I think too much. There's games that they're winning, and they use more pitchers than the Dodgers do. But anyway, the Dodgers, they have Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He's had a couple of complete games this postseason. He actually, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he have 2 already this World Series?
I'm pretty sure.
Hold on now. So I don't want to misspeak here. Hold on. Bear with me,
Okay.
listeners. Game log. No, he had multiple back-to-back complete games in the postseason, but not 2 in the World Series. All right, that's what I thought. But the first player to do that since Schilling in 2001 to have back-to-back complete games in a postseason. So he's been lights out. And when you have somebody on your roster that can help that, and by the way, the Dodgers bullpen's been horrible throughout the entire season. We saw that in Game 1 when they got 9 dropped on their head by Vladdy and the boys, and in that one inning, the bottom of the 6th. And so it's very interesting to me. Like if the Dodgers win, I think Ohtani's probably going to get World Series MVP, but really it probably should be Yamamoto because he could just save the rest of the Dodgers team. And it's one thing I'm really nervous about with the Blue Jays is the fact even when they're winning, it's not. They don't have, aside from Yesevich, they're not having guys go deep into games. Now I could be wrong. That's completely possible too. It's not something I haven't noticed, and I'm certainly not the only one who has. That the Blue Jays pitching, it's just not. They don't have the same kind of depth the Dodgers do. And I think if the Dodgers do come back to win the series, which is possible, it's only 3-2, and you have Yamamoto going tonight, it's possible that they win. They win because of it.
Okay. So would you say it would possibly go to? Wait, say it again. You say the Dodgers would.
I think if they win, they're going to win in Game 7. I think if the Blue Jays win, they're going to win in Game 7. Obviously, the Dodgers win, it has to be Game 7. But Yamamoto is going tonight, man.
So that's going to be interesting. Hopefully,
that dude.
Well, let's see. Like I said, the Blue Jays is crazy. They're 1 win away from taking it all. And the last time they did it was '93 with Joe Carter. The '90s, I feel like, real quick before we get back into the this current World Series. The '90s, I feel like, had a great World Series. Am I right? Our boy in '91, Gene Larkin.
It's our guy.
A great sports friend of ours. I guess that's a word I could say. A sports friend of ours. Because we didn't interview him on here, but we interviewed him with the Eastern Observer. Mm-hmm. Anthony Labidas, another sports friend of ours. You know what I mean? But like Gene Larkin hit the game-winning hit in the World Series for the Twins. 92. What happened? 92. The Blue Jays won.
Blue Jays won, and then they won again.
In 93 with Joe Carter.
94.
94. It was a lockout, so there's no World Series now. Not even in. So 95. Who won in 95?
Braves.
It was the Braves. Braves won it. 96. Obviously, it's start of the Yankees dynasty.
Starts spreading the news. 97.
Yeah, that was the.
I see if you remember who 97 was without looking it up.
I can tell you right now. I'll tell you right now. Ready?
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm looking right. Face TV. Ready? No, all right, no, sorry. No, Siri, I don't want to talk to you. No, it was it was Cleveland versus Miami, and obviously Cleveland almost broke their drought of sports. No sports titles between any of the four major sports at the time. And then obviously, Miami won it in the extra innings on a walk-off hit. Yeah, it was Miami.
Yeah. Yeah, great.
Who hit that?
Edgar Renteria.
And I think Luis Castillo's on that team. A lot of people.
Jeff Conine.
Leiter, I think, was on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of players on that. And then he ended up getting for some reason, I don't know why.
There don't make sense of the Marlins in the 90s. I honestly, at any point in their franchise's history, you'll give yourself a headache, kid. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Because they blew up their team right after they won the World Series. And then they did the same thing in 03. They won the World Series and they traded Dontrelle Willis and Miguel Cabrera like a year later. And they got back, Jersey Mike sandwiches. I don't even think they got. I think they got Quiznos. Oh.
Quiznos.
I never had Quiznos. I shouldn't have ate. That's not right. But yeah, in the 90s had a lot of good World Series, man. 98, of course, my Yankees. And then 99, of course, my Yankees. And then 2000, who won that one?
I don't know. It's 2000 was such a blur. It was
there
was a lot going on. There's a lot going on in 2000. I was in diapers. Monday Night Miracle for the Jets was there. Great game. That was the election year. Bush and Al Gore. There was 2000. What was going on?
Yankees. Oh, and who they beat? The Mets. Oh, say it ain't so.
Yeah, 2000. 90s was just a lot of good World Series. I don't know. But to this current World Series, it's definitely been good. I don't feel, like I said, I just can't believe a lot of people really doubted the Blue Jays. That's why I'm shocked. They obliterated the Yankees in the first two games.
Not all year.
No year. You know what that would.
Yeah. Sadly, I do.
Game 3 of the Yankees, they had a good game. They came back, but they tried to tie up the series, but the Blue Jays were like, nope. And they were like, the Yankees. And people keep forgetting the ALCS was great as well. That was great as well. That was definitely pretty competitive. Seattle was pretty close. And if it wasn't for George Springer, this might have been Seattle playing right now.
Kid I work with had every single. I guess his girlfriend I also work with. She makes a mean frappuccino. This kid I work with, real quick, his girlfriend's professor said if you guess the entire baseball playoffs accurately, I'll give you an A, no questions asked, for the entire class. The kid got every single thing right. He had Seattle winning Game 7 against the Blue Jays before the playoffs started. He had everything right. He was telling me going into it, he was like, dude, I told you the other day that I had Blue Jays winning? I had Mariners winning Game 7. This was right after Game 6. No, not right after Game 6, right after Game 5. He was like, yeah, I checked it, and I had Mariners winning Game 7. Like, I think I got it, bro. I think I got it. And I was like, all right. And then I saw him again after the game. And I was like, Nick. He was like, buddy, it's a tough break. It's like, yeah. But he had everything. He had everything right. Every game, everything completely right. Except he had that. His girlfriend's a smart girl.
It's definitely been a good playoffs, though. Definitely for sure. I just love seeing that baseball, and next we'll dive into football, and then we'll make our final predictions for the World Series. I just love that baseball's on the rise again. And last year kind of proved that, but it's cool to see that it's still going.
I think, and I know a lot of baseball purists are going to hate me saying this, but come on, let's call a spade a spade. Let's call balls and strikes the way we see them, right? It's the Dodgers. when you have all the star players on a star team, it's different. And we have had no repeat champions since 2000 when the Yankees did it. And since then, it's been a hodgepodge. And you don't know which star players to root for. You don't know which star players to like. There's always like the looming steroid stuff that turned people off. A lot of fans left because of the lockout in '94, them canceling the World Series. And baseball has kind of been on the decline for a while now. But now the game with the pitch clock is more digestible than it's ever been. It's faster. It's a faster paced game. The game is international now. And the best part is like, you finally get to see a superstar team and superstar players on it. The Dodgers. But they're not winning the series yet. Because you have a team like the Blue Jays who are the exact opposite of that. They're that old school baseball team. We don't have a bunch of guys that are going to... We did this on here before the World Series started. We don't have a bunch of guys that have 40 home runs or 50 home runs. That's not our team. We're a team of guys that all bat 280 and we're just going to kill you. We're going to get on base, we're going to move runners over, and we're going to score runs. And that's equally exciting to watch, where you have one team of all superstars, and you have another team of, yeah, sure, we don't have all 99 overalls, we have maybe one or two, but we have all 85 overalls, and that's a way to win too, of being balanced. So I think it's fun to have a World Series of these two teams, and especially the star players on each team are playing up to what they're supposed to be doing. This was kind of the problem with the World Series last year. People forget. People keep harping on Judge being bad. Ohtani sucked. He sucked.
He also was hurt too, right?
He couldn't pitch, but he could hit. He hit well enough to win MVP. He should have hit well enough to not bat 120 in the World Series.
Right.
So it's different when you get to see the star players on each team being star players. And then you have other guys that the baseball purists have already known about for years, like Kike Hernandez being a playoff god for some reason. And, you have other guys that you may not know about, like Addison Barger and Trey Yesovich, who pitched 14 innings in the big leagues during the regular season. 14 in the regular season. Unbelievable.
I agree. But I was going to say, but no, I think at the end of the day, my prediction right now, just based off what I'm seeing, I know, like you said, Yoshi's going to be pitching tonight. He's going to be on the same game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Blue Jays won it tonight, but I also wouldn't be shocked if it goes to Game 7. At the end of this, though, I'm still taking the Blue Jays.
Part of me really just wants Kershaw to get another ring. I got to be honest. But, I'm a big Yankees fan. There's somebody I want to get a ring more. That's Donnie Baseball.
It's true.
That's Donnie Baseball. I want him to get a ticker tape parade. I want him to get a ring. I understand this is a coach.
He still gets it.
But that's Donnie Baseball.
I agree. Yeah, he definitely deserves it. Yeah, he definitely
deserves
that. It's crazy that he was 1 year away from that Yankee dynasty. Do you think if he was on that team, do you think that dynasty would happen? Or would he still be a part of that? Like, what do you think on that?
Okay, let me flip the question. What else would happen? Because Tino Martinez was way too important. Way too important. And that became the first baseman. So if you said that Tino would play DH and Don would play first or vice versa, then I think we're in a really good spot. But if they say we have Don Mattingly, we don't need Tino Martinez, then I don't think so. Don was too old. And he had so many, even in his prime, he had so many injuries. He should be a Hall of Famer. It's crazy he's not. So stupid. So dumb. You're going to tell me Scott Rowland's in the Hall of Fame and Don Mattingly's not?
Scott Rowland?
Really?
Surprisingly, I did see.
And I like Scott Rowland, and there's a lot of metrics, and people say like Bobby Abreu should be in the Hall of Fame. Really? Come on, guys. Bobby Abreu should get into the Hall of Fame before Bernie Williams or Kenny Lofton.
What are we doing here?
That doesn't feel right.
Scott Rowland hits it deep down the left field and it's caught. Andy Chavez.
That's an insane play, dude. I had a play like that when I was in Little League. It was nuts, dude.
You know, I had the hit heard around the world. The base hit heard around the world.
Yeah, little Brandon, little buddy.
It's crazy. He only has 2,000 hits. Scott Rowland.
Who?
Scott Rowland.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to hate on him. I know we want to talk football, but come on, what are we doing?
I guess the ring definitely helps with the Cardinals.
A big issue with Don Mattingly too, not getting into the Hall of Fame is what's his legacy? He's the one Yankee who never won. Current players notwithstanding. Current players, I guess, withstanding. I guess. He's the one Yankee who never won. And that's the thing that always carried him, that he always had to carry around. And so if they got rid of Aaron Boone, I wanted Don Mattingly to be the Yankees manager. And could you imagine? Oh, Brandon, I'm getting fired up. I'm getting fired up just thinking about that. I don't know if you walked away or whatever, but could you imagine, viewers? Could you imagine?
I'm here.
They get rid of Aaron Boone, which I still don't think is a great idea, but whatever. They get rid of Aaron Boone. They bring in Don Mattingly, and him and Judge both win the World Series as a Yankee. Oh my God, that would complete me. I think I'd cry. The two greatest Yankees to never win a World Series win it together, unified, like a movie series where the original hero comes back to save the new hero. Oh, Brandon, come on, that's cinema, absolute cinema. You know I'm right. If that were to happen and the league were to rig it, I'd be like, yeah, that's okay. Theater, story, narrative,
story,
life, Brandon, life.
But anyway, so I think that kind of wraps up on baseball. Real quick on football, and then I won't hold you too long because I do want to get ready for work. First, I'll rest in peace to Nick Mangold.
Yeah,
that definitely I did not expect that when our friend Anthony was texting us in the fantasy chat. I did not believe him. I did not believe him. Like, you're kidding. Like I said right away, I'm like, there's no way. Like I said, it's not real. Like I didn't believe him, and so I just, definitely, I remember watching Nick Mangold since I was a kid. I didn't get to meet him, but obviously I've watched him since I was a kid. One of my childhood players. Supposed to be, he was great on and off the field. So that definitely, it sucks. He was looking for a kidney. He reached out like a couple weeks ago, and I guess it was too late. So obviously, anybody that's, hopefully anybody that's battling kidney disease, hopefully God gives them the strength to beat it, and hopefully they get the kidneys they need. Obviously, anybody that wants to donate kidneys for people battling kidney disease, obviously go look to where to find that. Look up where to donate your kidneys online. But yeah, just with Nick Mangold, it's definitely was very shocking and sad. You could just see the love and outpour that he had on the world. Peyton Manning even talked about him. Rex Ryan was crying on like national television. Obviously, just definitely, and it was cool to see the Jets win that day.
Yeah,
that was great.
I got to be honest. I remember Nick Mangold as a kid, and I loved him. This big, he looked like a caveman playing center. Loved him. And I used to watch the Jets all the time as a kid. I'm just a Giants fan, But I had my Chad Pennington jersey, bro. I like the Jets. I don't root against them. I'm a Jets hoodie. I did think that if there was ever a game for the Jets to win, it was after losing Nick Mangold. So I did bet on the Jets to win. And they won. They won it for Nick Mangold. So I'm happy for that. I'm happy that the fans got their first win of the season. Obviously an emotional victory after, rough news. And just like, The Jets, they got to find their way, man. They got to find their way. Because obviously you are a Jets fan. Me and my dad are the only two in my family that are Giants fans. Like our household are the only Giants fans. I think maybe my uncle Jerry is, but I'm not 100% certain. But like my cousin Kyle in the fantasy league, Jets fan. My uncle, I'm actually seeing today, Uncle Vinny, he's a Jets fan. My aunt, her husband, who married into our family, is a diehard Jets fan. So she's become a Jets fan, and their kids have become Jets fans. So I've seen it, man. I've been at holiday dinners, and the Jets are on, and I see the heartbreak. I see the heartbreaks. I know people. Our old math teacher, Jet fan, and said, "I want to raise my kid as no." He was a Giants fan, right? Wasn't he?
Mr. Murphy?
Yeah, he's a Giants fan. Never
He's a
mind.
Giants. He's not.
He's a Mets fan, but I remember he said he wanted to raise his kid as a Yankee fan, so the kid wouldn't have to deal with it.
I don't know.
That's what I was thinking.
I gotta ask. I gotta find him. I gotta ask him if he. I
know people who are like that. That it's like I can't let my family go through this being a Jet fan. Rich Eisen, right? And so many people have just seen this team lose for so long. And for them on a day especially like that, after losing again, beloved player, for them to get their first win and to show that like you have the guys in your locker room. A big knock on the Jets has always been the offense. You were able to keep up with this offense, score deep into the 30s, come from behind, win all the boxes you needed to check off. The cathartic feeling for them to get their first win. Aaron Glenn, his first win as a head coach. And I got to be honest, bro. I don't think the Jets are making the playoffs, obviously. Like, come on. Let's not get, Twilight Zone here. But I could see them, maybe getting a few more wins this year.
No, playoffs is definitely not. I'm not thinking of playoffs. I'm not thinking of playoffs. But if they could definitely get a few more wins, the way they
against the Browns this week,
they could do it next week, because they're on the bye.
Oh, but you know what I mean. I'm just looking at their schedule. The next game that they have is against the Browns. Why not? Why not them? Have fun, play games, and like it sucks. Like for the fans, be entertaining. Don't be, the car crash that people look at as they're driving by. Don't be that kind of spectacle. Be fun. Even if you lose fun. Like the team, the organization, the fans, jaded. That's the word that comes to mind when I see the Jets fans. When I see the Jets, jaded. A jaded fan base, a jaded organization, a jaded team, a jaded roster. And it sucks. So hopefully this kind of gives them the shot they need to fire up. To, dare I say, jet up?
I love it. And definitely, like you said, I agree because, like I said, especially the owner, Woody Johnson, who, things, I'm going to try to keep my mouth shut, but I definitely don't like the way he handled the Justin Fields situation. I feel like anytime he just opens his mouth, he just says the wrong thing. It's like the case where it's like, when people say the wrong thing and they just keep talking, just stop talking. Just say something positive and nice. Like when he said to reporters, like when, any coach could be struggling when you have a quarterback that can't complete a pass, just very out of touch. And then when Jordan Travis, a quarterback that had a gruesome injury in Florida State, and then obviously tried to play on the Jets, but he couldn't. He just wasn't working. He couldn't get healthy. And he just things you hear about that. It's just very out of touch. It goes to show you how the owner is kind of out of touch with the players, the fans, especially when they raise ticket prices. And my dog's banging on my door, so I'm going to open the door for her quick.
I could pick it up where you dropped it.
I'm back. I picked up.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you had to go there that quick.
But what was I gonna say? I'm just looking at my dog. I gotta show you my dog real quick. Of course, because she's dressed up for Halloween.
Oh, who's Sadie asked for Halloween? People want to know. Darn it!
You'll see if it's gonna be hard to, because she likes to. It's hard sometimes for me to pick her up.
Okay.
Like runs around. So I'll try to show the viewers later. But anyway, so no, so like it's good to see that Justin Fields, who was struggling during the week, who admitted, he said in a press conference he literally cried in his closet. The Jets can only make a quarterback cry in their closet. And then just to go out and to play the way he did, it shocked me. It shocked the Jets. So unexpected. Hey, wait, no. Come here.
Puppy, 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 puppy.
He's looking at me. But so just seeing the way he played was just, it shocked me. It shocked Jets fans. It shocked Woody Johnson. It shocked the NFL world. It was great to see. This is what we saw week one, and this we thought was going to carry over the rest of the season. So obviously the Bengals defense was the perfect time to do that. Just looking, the Bengals defense is atrocious enough. They have their issues too. I mean, but to see the Jets win a game, Dennis, it was great. When your team wins, it feels great. Am I right?
Yeah.
It feels great. So when Jason Brownlee made that pass breakup, it was great. And if like I said, it feels good when your team wins because they were just 0-7. It's not good. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. And a lot of people coming down on Aaron Glenn. People want him fired already.
For what?
Exactly.
For what?
Hey.
They don't have a quarterback.
Hey, here she is. She's a frog.
That's so cute. She's a little froggy.
Little frog. Right,
Love Sadie.
I think she'll lay on me for the rest of the show.
Do you guys have Jets gear for Sadie or no?
We did when she was like a wee little puppy, but she's definitely outgrew that. Maybe I'll see what Santa can deliver.
Oh, Sadie gets a Jets jersey. Adorable.
I
we used to have Giants collar that we'd put on my pug.
Yeah. But yeah.
I think my lamp had a Giants collar too for the Super Bowl one year.
It's good. Hopefully we'll see how the Jets do in terms of the Giants. Oh, I feel bad for Cam Scatterboo and what happened. I don't know. I feel bad. I feel like when the Giants have some glimmer of hope that there's some type of injury, I don't know what kind of cloud they have over their heads in terms of the injuries. I know what our friends sent in our fantasy chat the other day. The players they were talking about: Jeremy Shockey, Plaxico Burress, Steve Smith, David Wilson, who I remember pretty well. A lot of people don't remember him, but I remember him pretty well. Odell Beckham, Victor Cruz. I don't think Brandon Marshall was on the list, but he counts. Now you got Malik Neighbors, you got Cam Scatterboo, Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley.
JPP.
Say again? JPP.
JPP.
Yeah, JPP. Yeah. Oh my God. Hey, can you write this in the chat as a breakout clip? But yeah, just oh my God. Just I don't know what kind of cloud the Giants have over their heads, but it just sucks what happened to Cam Scatterboo. I feel bad because in the beginning of the day he's getting ready, practicing for the game, and then next thing you know, the same night, which it kind of shocked me, he's getting ready for surgery on a dislocated ankle. Like I didn't think that was because when I had surgery on my foot, I couldn't eat for like 12 hours prior to my surgery. So I don't know how that worked with him, but
it could be done. If they knew right away, like, yeah, you're done. When do you want to get surgery done? He said, right now. When's the last time you ate?
Right. I guess I mean
it is possible because if it's last night he had it. What was 1:30 last night? you know what I mean?
Right. Like you're not eating within that span. Well,
right. So it is possible. But yeah, when I had my gallbladder taken out, they also said like you can't eat a certain amount of hours beforehand, and you have to wash yourself with this special soap. It's like, oh, okay, weird.
Yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't eat for. I couldn't eat for 12 hours. But yeah, no, like I said, just Cam Scatterboo. It definitely hurt a little bit. I definitely was feeling for the Giants fans, and it just sucks, especially and then you lose to the Eagles the way they did, and of course Saquon has a good game. It just sucks. I don't know. I feel for the Giants because it's just I don't know. Like I've seen them suffer. I've seen my team suffer. It's just this sucks for them,
Meanwhile, Daniel Jones is looking like Randall Cunningham. That's nice.
Randall Cunningham. That's a comparison.
Mobile quarterbacks. Even though he has not been running at all this year, probably because his offensive line is good that he doesn't have to. It's just it is what it is. But it sucks. Go Devils.
Yeah.
I don't know how my Suns are even doing this year. I haven't even. It's funny. I paid the $130 for the NBA pass because I'm a glutton for punishment, so I could watch my Phoenix Suns. And this year, I haven't even had time to watch them. Just keep lighting money on fire. Keep doing it. Why not? Phoenix Suns 1-4.
I definitely want to, I guess we'll wrap up because I do got to start making lunch and I got to get ready for work.
Yeah, you got to get going.
I definitely still want to go to the World Baseball Classic. Let me know when you want to do that.
Yeah, I have to. It's when tickets come available because I don't know the dates to start booking flights.
Yeah, because
I want to go to the gold medal game again.
How much do you think that's going to be?
I don't know. Last year was $200, but it's gotten way more popular.
Shoot. All right. Well, I'll pay what I got to pay. Why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else before we wrap up? Anything for the Halloween people?
Reader beware, you're in for a scare. Goosebumps, can't beat it, baby. Love
God.
it. Oh, are you real quick? Goosebumps or Twilight Zone?
That's tough. Probably Goosebumps because I watched Goosebumps as a kid. They scared me. Goosebumps used to scare me. I used to hate it because they used to scare the heck out of me as a kid. And then when it got off of Cartoon Network, I was so happy.
My favorite was Werewolf of Fever Swamp. Goated. But I'm definitely a Twilight Zone guy. The Howling Man, masterpiece. Classic black and white Twilight Zone. You cannot beat that.
No, and they tried to remake it, I think, with Jordan Peele.
They tried to remake it a few times. I think they tried to remake it in the 80s, and I think they tried to remake it even in the 90s or early 2000s.
They definitely did it pretty recently, like at least 5 or 6 years ago.
But I never saw the Jordan Peele episodes.
Twilight Zone.
I love the Twilight Zone. Huge fan. Yeah.
But I guess that wraps it up. Thank you everybody for listening to Sports Shack. My name is Brandon Gerard Natali, along with Denis Christopher Tui. Happy Halloween, everybody, and I guess jet up.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.